Hello, good day, my people. I hope each and everyone is cool. In this particular lesson, we are going to be starting with core mathematics and also under that, number bases. Number bases. Some people might say, oh, number bases are very simple and other things. Why not the difficult ones? In no time, all sort of videos that you'll be needing will come. Please, as you are seeing me, subscribe to my channel and share. By the way, let's come back to business. And as I said, we are starting with core mathematics, number bases. But first of all, we have to know the learning objectives for this particular topic. We have, by the end of this unit, the learner, you the learner, or you the teacher, or anybody else who is interested in mathematics, will be able to, one, convert other bases towards base 10, and vice versa. When we say the vice versa, you can also be converting from, or you can also convert from, let's say, base 10 towards other bases. So if I say what, you'll be able to convert other bases to base 10, you will know the other bases very soon to base 10, and what, vice versa. That is what I mean. So when we say the vice versa, I mean here, you can also convert from base 10 to that other basis or other basis to what? Base 10. And very soon we will know that. Okay, number 2. Solve simple equations involving number bases. So we have some equations that involves number bases, and when we get there, we'll be able to know that because we have so many types of equations in mathematics, as you know. And the last one, which is what? Perform operations on number bases other than what? Base 10. You can be given other bases like base 2, base 5, base 6, base 8, base 12, any other basis which is not base 10 can be given to you and you'll be asked to what? When we talk about operations here, we are referring to either addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division. You can be given what? Number basis for you to be adding them, for you to be subtracting them, and that's what we are talking about. So when we get there, you'll be able to know everything. So these are the 3 basic learning objectives. By the end of this unit, by the end of this particular topic, you should be able to know everything. Thank you. So now let's proceed to the introduction. We know that all our numbers are written in what? Base 10. That is decimal numbers or decimal numerals. So when we say base 10, we are referring to our number system that we are having in mathematics. You see, we'll be having what? 1 up to infinity, 1, 2, 3 up to infinity. We will get to 10. Immediately we get to 10. Then we start from what? 11, then 12. Going. We will go to what? Infinity. Please, do we get that? So that is what? The standard form of what? Our number system. That is the standard form of our number system. But mathematicians sat down and they got to realize that not only base 10 that we can write numbers in. We have other bases that we can write numbers in. And for me to say base 10, whenever we just see a number, let's say 245. This one is in what? Base 10. Because there is nothing waiting. We just see this. That is base 10. It goes to infinity. We can have 200,670,000. You can have to what? Infinity. And they are all in what? Base 10. Our number systems are in base 10. But we can convert these base 10s to what? Other bases, like base 2, like base 3. We don't have base 1. We have base 2, base 3, base 4, base 5, base 6, base 7, base 8, base 9. Then we move on to what? Base 11, then base 12. Because base 10 is what we are using now. So that is what? Our decimal what? Numbers. Numbers in base 10 are the decimal numbers. So we are going to be seeing through how to be converting from what? Base 10 to what? Other base. Or in what other way can we write the numbers? That is what we are going to be checking. So proceeding, that is what? All about what? The number base. Or the number bases. That's why we don't have number bases, but we say what? Number bases. So let's proceed. So to indicate that a base other than base 10 is being used, we do something. We say something. This is what I mean. when we are writing other base but not base 10, what do we normally see? A small subscript. A small subscript is added after the number. So you see a small subscript which will be added right after the number. So when we see a subscript like a number like this, 2, 3, let's say 4 here, let's say 5 here. So this one, when we don't see anything like this or this is what we call a superscript, and this is the subscript. This is superscript and this is subscript. So when a number is given like this, we are always talking about what? The subscript. It is written as what? A small number. You can see that these two numbers are bigger than what? These two numbers. So we are not referring to the superscript here. We are referring to what? The down number. So we have the number right after that. We have what? A subscript. So this is to tell you that this one is not in base what? 10, but rather in base what? 5. The subscript tells you what? The base we are referring to. So whenever you see something like this, in mathematics, we are referring to what? A number in base 5. A number in base what? 5. Please, do we get that? So, when a number like 23 is written without anything down, I mean without what? Any subscript, this is in base 10. So numbers which are not having any subscript are numbers in what? Base 10. Please, do we get that? So immediately we see what? Something written as a subscript right after the number. We say it is not in base 10 but in what? Other base. But the small number or the subscript tells you what? The other base we are referring to. So it means this one is in base what? 5. And this one is in base 10 because there's no subscript. But this one is having this. I can also give you something like this, and I'll give you this. So this one clearly tells you that this one is in base what? 2 because of this. But if I just write something like this one is in base what? 10 because there's no subscript. Okay, let's proceed. So let's proceed. I can write something like this. 2, 4, 5. Then I write something like this. This one is what? 2, 4, 5, base 8. And before we proceed, let me talk about something. Immediately you have what? Base 10. Like this one I wrote in the first place. There is no subscript. So this one is mentioned 23. 23. But if I give you this one is in base 4. But I can't say 23 base 4. We mention the numbers. If it is not in what? Base 10 but other base. What do we say? We mention the digits one after the other. So I have 2, 3, base 4. But I can't say what? 23 base 4. But if it is in base 10, I can say 23. If it is in base 10, you can never say 2, 3. It's wrong. It's only in other bases that we say what? 2, 3 base. I can have what? This one is 101 base 2. But I can't say 101 base 2. No. But if it is in base 10, you can now say what? 101. Just like that. But if it is in other base, let's say I give this one as in base 8. I say what? 101 base 8. Please, do we get that? Okay. So let's proceed. As you have this 245, you can't say that because it is not in base 10. So this one is 245 base 8. Indicates that the number has been written in base. I've changed that. Let me write here what? 8. So 2, 4, 5, base 8 indicates that the number has been written in what? Base 8 because of this what? Subscript. Please, do we get that? Okay, then we have bases can be converted from other bases such as 2, 3, I can have 4, 5, 6, 7, they are all there, 8, 12, and I said what? ETC means what? Those that are in between these ones. So it can be converted from what? Base 2, base 3, base 4, base 5, base 6, base 7, base 8, base 9, base 11, base 12 to what? Base 10. And the vice versa means what? We can also convert from base 10 to the other bases. And that is our first what? Objective. So this one I've given to you, for instance, can be converted to other base. It can be converted to base 10. I can even ask you to convert this one to base 5. It can be converted from other base to what? Other base. Not just only from what? Other base to base 10. So if you see what? Other base, if it is not in base 10, maybe you can only convert it to base 10. No. I can give you this and I'll ask you to convert it to base 2. Please, are we getting that? And we are going to be seeing through how to be doing all that. Okay, so that is that. So I said what? All these numbers, or all the numbers can be converted to what? Base 10. And when base 10, like this one too is given, it can also be converted to what? Any of these what? Bases. Do we get that? Okay. So we also have base 10 numerals is also called, we have decimal ordinary numeral or system. So you can see what? If you don't see base 10, you can also see what? Decimal, or you can also see what? Denary, or you can see the base 10. So, as we proceed, if I don't see base 10, you can also hear me say what? Decimal numeral, or decimal number, ordinary number, ordinary what? Numeral, ordinary what? System. Please, are we getting that? So, base 10 is having 3 names for now. We have either base 10 or either what? Decimal numeral or ordinary what? Numeral. Or you can also even say what? System. Please, do we get that? Okay. So I can ask you to convert a given number to a ordinary what? Numeral. And you have to know we are referring to base 10. I can give you what? A number and I'll ask you to convert it to what? A decimal what? Numeral. Or a decimal what? Number. Meaning what? Base 10. Please, do we get that? So that these are what? The other names for what? Base 10. And we're also saying that it uses the digits. So in all the bases, we are having the digits that we do what? Use. This, are we here? Are we here? Okay. So in all the bases or number bases, we have the digits that we what? Use for forming those what? Numbers. So in base 10, what are the digits? Or the symbols that we use in forming what? Those numbers. So there are, I have 0, I have 1, I have 2, I have 3, I have 4, I have 5, 6, 7, 8, and then what? 9. So let me put and for you to see that is the last one, and 9. So these are the numbers that we use, or these are the digits we use in forming what? Base 10. I have 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. So in base 10, these are the common digits you'll be seeing in base 10. And we all know that all our numbers we are having, we use these symbols in forming them. So when we count them, it's up to the 10. It makes 10 sets. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So don't say since it ends at 9, they are in base 9. No, it's in base 10. 0 is part of the digits. Please, do we get that? Okay. So now, it is formed by the combination of what? 8 digits as follows. So when I say that, meaning what? How can we form what? A base 10? And I think we know that. So we can form base 10 numbers using what? 8 symbols. The symbols I just gave. Or we can use what? 8 what? Digits in forming them. So let's see how it is done. Okay. So when I take this one, I combine it with what? A7. Then right after that, I take that one and I give it what each of what the remaining what digits. So I'll have the 0, then 1, 0, then 2, 0, then 3, 0, then 4, 0, then 5, 0, then 6, 0, then 7. Then I come to 0, then 8, 0, then 9. So taking the 0 and giving it all, and this is the last one. So for me to continue, I've given what? The 0 to all these ones. Now what should I do? The next one have to come to this one. Because when I took the 0, I started with what? The first one again. That is A7. So taking the 1, 2, I'll come and give it to all the numbers, starting from what? The first digit. Okay. So I'll take what? This one, which is what? The 1. Then giving it to all this. Or combining it with what? All this. I'll have what? This one. Then I'll come to what? A7. So I'll have 1, 1. Then it will come to what? 1, 2, 1, 3, 1, 4. So it will go to what? 1, 9. So immediately you get to 1 and I've given it to all. Then the next number that follows is what? 2. So you take the 2, 2, then you give it to, or you combine it with all the remaining what? Digits. Please do we get that? Right after you are done with that 1, 2. What do we do? I'll come and take a 3, give it to all, 4, give it to all. I can even have something like, let's say, 8, 1, 3. And from 8, 1, 3, I've taken 8, 1, and I'm giving it to 3. So the next one will be what? The 8, then 1, then giving it to 4, giving it to 5, giving it. So I'll have something like what? 8, 1, giving it to what? 4. 8, 1, giving it to 5. So it will give, I'll give all to what? Or I'll give it to what? All the remaining numbers till I get to what? 9. Then right after that, I proceed. So that is how base 10 is what? Formed. Please do we get that? So I said, these are the symbols. You have to know the symbols for what? Or these are the digits for base what? 10. And we use what? These digits, we combine these digits in forming base 10. And I form something here. I can even have something like 8, 3, 4, 2, 1. And they are all what? From these ones. It's a combination of these what? Digits. Please, are we getting that? And that is numbers in what? Base 10. It's not always that you should form them in order. You can mix, you can take this one, come for this one, you can mix them with any of them. I can even take this one and write it to what? Let's say 5 times. So I'll have 2, 2, 2, 2, and 2. And this one is what? A base 10. Please, are we getting that? I think we know this already. Okay, so understanding this, we can now proceed. So these are what? The digits for what? Base 10. And what? How it is what? Formed. Okay, now let's proceed. So having base 2 is also known as, or is also called binary numeral. So I said what? Binary numeral. So that is another word or another name for what? Base 2 numerals. So if you don't hear of base 2, you can also hear of what? Binary. When we say binary, so 2. That's why we are using that. Okay. So it also uses the digits, and the digits for what? Base 2 numerational system is 0s and 1. That is what? 0 and 1. These are the only 2 digits that you see in what? Numbers in base 2. So if the number base is base 2, these are the digits that you'll be seeing in the what? The base 2 numerational system. And also even our computer system understands what? 0s and 1s. That is what the computer system uses to function. 0s and 1s. So the computer system uses what? Binary what? Numerational system, or binary what? Numbers, or base 2 numbers in its what? Function. and that is our ICT. But you are supposed to know? Okay, let's proceed. It is also formed from the combination of 8 digits as follows. So let's see. So I have 0, 0, I combine them. Then I have what? 0, 1. I've added 1. Then I'm going to add another 1. Adding another 1, this one will go to a 0, 2. And immediately it gets to 2. We are in base 2. We are not supposed to see 2 inside. It's only what? 0 and 1. So meaning what? Immediately it gets to what? The base is 7. What do we do? It changes to 0. Then we add 1 forward. It's like having base 10. You see, when we are having, let's say, 9 plus, let's say, 4. Or 9 plus, let's say, what? 1. Then you'll be having this to add. Then what do we do? Since we are referring to base 10, immediately we add 1 to this one, we have what? The 10. And in base 10, when we get to the 10, it turns to 0. So that's why we write the 0 here. Then we send 1 word forward. So if it is in base, let's say 2, 2, I have what? 1 and 1, and I'm adding. They are all in base 2. We will come to the operation. So what do we do here? I'm adding 1 to 1, and it will get me what? 2. We don't have 2 in base what? In base 2. So immediately we get what? The number, which is the same as the base. What do we do? It turns to 0, then we send 1 forward. So we should write 0 here, then we send 1 forward here. Please, are we getting that? Okay, good. So what do we do? So getting to this side, immediately we add the 1, it will turn to 2. So the 2 is what? The base 2. So what do we do? It turns to 0. Then what do we do? We bring the 1. So I'll have what? 1, 0. And that one is coming from where? I took 0, combined it with itself. I came to what? 0, giving it to 1. That is what is here. I see. So I'm coming to 1. Then I'll give it to 0. That is what is here. And the understanding is coming from what I'm saying. Then I'm going to take 1 and give it to itself. So I'll take 1, give it to itself. Where is it coming from? It is coming from the fact that now I'm adding 1 to this one. Because I said what? Every time we add it to the last one, then it will affect what? The subsequent one or the preceding one. Please, are we getting that? Okay. So I will add 1 to this one. Then I'm going to have 1, 1. That is what is here. So coming to the next one. Now it has ended. I want to form 3. I was supposed to take what? 0, 0, then what? 1. But it doesn't go that way. I was supposed to write 0, 0, then 1. Because forming 3, we started from this one. And 0, 0, and then 1 is the same as what? 1. If it's 0, 1 is the same as what? 1. Please, are we getting that? So we don't have this. But we are continuing. And how do we do it? That is what I said that word. We are going to add 1 to this one. Because we are only adding 1, 1, 1. So adding 1 to this one. So I have 1, 1. Then let me say plus what? 1. They are all in base 2. So immediately I add what? This one to this one. What do? We get 2. We are in base 2. So immediately we get what? We get a number, which is what? The base. What do? It turns to 0. Then we send 1 forward. So I'm writing 0 here. I'm sending 1 forward. Then 1 will come and add this one to what? Also 2. We are having the same 2 as the base here. So what do? That one will turn to what? 0. Then we send 1 word forward. That is the 1 here. So forming 3 will not start from where? It will not start from the 0, 0, 1, but rather 1, 0, 0. So that is how it is formed. So right after that, what do we have next? So now we are having the 1 starting. Then we are having 0. I'm adding 1, 1, 1, 1. So adding 1 to this one, I will now have what? 1, 0, 1. Are we getting that? Yeah. Then adding another 1 will now be what? 1, because I'm having this one. So it will now turn to what? Okay. Can you write the next one for me? Okay. I'm giving you a second. Write the next one for me and let me see. You can pause the video and do that for me right now. Okay. And I think you're able to write 1, 0. Is it correct? Because I have what? 1, 0, 1. Then I'm adding 1. So immediately I add 1, I get what? 2. Oh, 2, it will turn to 0. I add 1 here. Oh, then adding 1 to 0 will be what? 1, and already I'm adding 1. So I have this. Please, do we understand? Then I have the next one. Can you write the next one for me? I'm giving you a second for that one too. So you're already adding 1 to this one. What do we do? That one too will tend to be what? Oh, okay. 1, 1, 1. So we can see through that all these numbers we are forming are 0 and 1, 0 and 1, 0 and 1. The next one will be what? Adding what? Another one. We are going to add another one. So adding another one, we are going to have 1, 1, 1 plus what? 1. So let's see. If I do this, I'll have what? 2. Oh, 2. Can I write 0? Yeah. Then bring the 1 here. Can I do that? Yes, good. Then this one too will turn to 2. Oh, writing 2, no. I can write what? 0 because it's the same what as the base. Then bring the 1 here. Then this one too will be 2. It's the same as the base. So can I write 0? Then send the 1 forward. So this one too, somebody will say, then let's write 0, 0, 0 because we are forming 4 digits. 0, 0, 0, then 1. No, it starts from where? 1, 0, 0. Then base what? 2. 1, 0, 0, 0. Then the next one will be what? 1, 0, 0, 1. The next one will be what? 1, 0. 1, 0, 1, 0. Let's see. The next one will be what? 1, 0, 1, 0. Because if you add 1 to this one, it will turn to 2. Then you write 0, then you send the 1 forward. It will come and add this one, and we will have the 1. Then adding the next one, I'll have what? I can have. Can you write the next one for me? Yeah, right now. Can you write it for me? Okay. I think you're able to guess right. So 1, 0, 1, 1. Then the next one is what? The next one is what? Can I write? 1, 1, 0, 0. That is, I'm going to have what? 1, 0, 1, 1. Adding 1 to 8. This one will turn to 2. So I'll write 0. Add 1 to this. That one will turn to what? 2. So I can write 0 because we are in base 2. So we are not supposed to have the 2 inside. Because I said, if you have what? A number in addition and it is the same as the base, what do? We write 0 and send 1 forward. Are we getting that? Okay. So what do we do here? I've added 1. So now adding 1 to this one will get me what? 1. So I'll have 1, 1, 0, 0. Then the next one will be what? 1, 1, 0, 1. Then the next one will be what? 1, 1, 1, 1. So adding 1 to this to 10 to 2, I'll have 1 what? 0. Then it continues that way. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. And I will want you to write to what? The 25th one. So you shouldn't end here. Write to the 25th one. So if you are able to add the remaining ones, you can send your answer or you can comment me with your answers. Okay, shall we proceed? Yeah, and I think it is very nice. So adding 1 to this one, it will turn to 0. Then the 1 will come here. So I have 1, 1, then 0. Continue with the rest. You can form towards infinity. Are we getting that? Okay, thank you, my people. So we also have what? Base 5. All these are introduction. You're supposed to know all this. So that when we start converting from one to other, and you're having something that is not part of the symbols, it should tell you that you are what? Wrong. Are we getting that? And you're supposed to know all this one too, because when we get to what? The operations, performing that simple operations and other things, you will not find yourself wanting. Please, are we getting that? Okay, then you are not supposed to just know the pattern. This is not a pattern. Are we getting that? Okay. So then I have what? Base 5. Numerational system. And that one, we don't have any other name for that. Base 5 is base 5. So that one to use it the digits. And I think you can write those one too for me, because we said what? Base 10. We had 10 what digits. Base 2, we had 2 digits. They are all starting from zeros. Here we ended at 1. So that one, I think you can, yeah, I know what you are thinking. Yeah, you are writing from 0 to where? 4. That is good. That is good. Okay. So now I write what? 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. And I hope we are here. So let me write what? And for you to know that is the last one. So that one too, we have 0, 1, 2, 3, and 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They are also 5 what? Digits. Please, can we continue? So let's see how to form those ones to some of them. Then we proceed. Okay, so that one I can have a 0, 0 combination, 0, 1, 0, 2, 0, 3, 0, 4, 0, 5. 0, 5 is it correct? Because when we get to 0, 5, we've gotten what? A number as the base. So that one will tend to 0. But before then, let's not even talk about that one. So what do? I've taken what zeros, combining it with what? The other digits. So now I'm going to take what? 1 and combine. So I'll have 1, it will come to what? Now combining it with 0. Then I'll have what? 1 combining it with 2, 1, 3, 1, 4. I've given it to all 2. I'm done. Giving what? 2. Because from 1, I've given it to all the numbers, then I come to what? The next one digit, which is what? 2. So 2, I'll give it to all. So I'll have what? 2, 1, 2, 3, 2, 4. That one too, I'm done. Then I'm taking what? 3. So I'll have 3, 0, 3, 1, 3, 2, 3, 3. Then I have 3, 4. Then I'm taking what? 4. So I'll have 4, 1, 4, 0, 4, 1, 4, 2, 4, 3, 4, 4. Then the next one will be, but I like what you are doing. So let's see what is happening here. We go to what? This side. Where is it? 0, 4. Then it turns to what? 1, 0. Because if we add 1 to this, we get 5. And we are in base 5. So we've gotten a number which is the same as the base. And I said, immediately you get that one, it turns to what? 0. Because if you are having what? Base 8. You are adding certain numbers and you get what? 8. Meaning the 8 is what? 1, 0. It turns to 0, you add 1. So it will be 1, 0. 8 to base 10. Or 8. Immediately you get 8. It turns to a 0, then you send the 1 forward. Please, are we getting that? Okay, that is all I'm saying. So here we have what? When we add 1, it will be 0, 5. And the 5 will turn to what? 0, then we send 1 forward. So 0, then 1 forward will add to this, then it's 1. Then the same. Please, are you getting that? So immediately we get to this side, the 3, 0. It is what? 2, 4. When we add 1 to this one, it will go 2, 5. And the 5 will go to what? 0, then we send 1 forward. That is why we're having this. Are we getting that? Okay, we did. Afterwards, this side. And this one too, when we add what? 1 to this one, it's not always, it will be simple for you to see the pattern. That is why you have to understand why and how they are formed. So this one, when we add 1 to this one too, it will turn to 5. So meaning what? I'll have 4, 5, and we are in base 5. So the 5 will turn to a 0, then we add 1 to this one. Please, are we getting that? So immediately we are having 4, 4, adding 1. We will have what? We will have, we are in base 5. We will have what? 5. No. So we are in base 5. So I write 0 and I add 1 to this. Immediately I add 1 to this one too will turn to what? 5. Oh no. Then I'm supposed to write 0 and send the 1 forward. So I'll have the 1 here. Are we getting that? So the next one will be what? 1, 0, 0. Then we give it to the remaining numbers. Then I'll have what? 1, 0, 1. You give it to them on the letter. I can also get to what? 1, 4, 4. So immediately you get to that, you add 1. That one will turn to what? 5. I'll write 0. I add 1 to this. 5. I'll add 0. I add 1 to this to get what? 2. You can get what? 2 or 4, 4, 4. Base 5. Adding 1. Now we will have what? 0, 0, 0, then 1. Because adding 1 to this one will get you 5. You write 0, you add 1, 5. You write 0, you add 1. Then it will go 5, then 1, then 0. So we have this. So in the basis, so as you can see, since we are in base 5, we are not having 5 as a digit in the numbers. Please, are we getting that? That is for base 5 too. And it's the same thing as what? The other ones. It's the same thing. It's the same way that we do what? The other ones. Please, are we getting that? So if you want to do forward base 3, the same thing. You use the same idea. Base 4, you use the same idea. Base 6, base 7, base 8, we use the same word idea. Please, are we getting that? Okay. So let's imagine we are in base 8. And that one too, we have the digits from 0 to 7. I think you can guess. Base 9 from 0 to 8. Base 3 from 0 to 2. We know that. Okay, we can see that. So this one will get me what? This one will get me what? This one will get me what? So let's say I have what? The 6, 8, let me see, 6, 7, 7, base what? 8. And I want to add 1. I want to know the next one. So I'll just add 1. Adding 1. This one will get what? 8. We are in base 8. And I'm adding 1. So immediately I get 8, it will turn to 0. I add 1 to this. That one too will turn to what? 8. So it will turn to 0. I add 1 to this, which is 7. 7 is not up to 8. It's part of the digits. So the next number for this one is this. Please, are we getting that? And I think you can cope. Okay, fine. So that is that for that one too. And let's move on to the last one, which is what? Base 12. Which is also what? When we say 12 in mathematics, is what? Due. So we can say what? Is decimal for base 10, decimal numeral, and base 12 here we say what? Duodecimal what? Numeral. So the due that we've added to what? The decimal is to tell you we are speaking about what? Base 12. Please, are we getting that? Duo means what? 12. So duodecimal numerals or duodecimal system, you can say that. So you can be asked to convert this one to what? Duodecimal, meaning what? Base 12. Are we getting that? Okay, that one too. The only thing that we are adding to the base 10 is that one we have T and what? E. In base 12, we use the symbols T and E to represent 10 and 11 respectively. Meaning what? T for 10 and E for what? 11 for base 12. So that one too is having digits up to 11. So we have what? 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So for me to write 10, I write what? T and what? 11, which is E. So these are the symbols for, or these are the digits for what? Base 12. And it somehow looks like what? The base 10. But for that one, if you're having, let's say, 1, 1, let me say this. I can have this one as 110 base what? 110 base 10 because there's no what subscript. But if it is in base 12, it can be what? It can either be what? The 11 as a digit or the 10 as what? A digit. So I can have the 11 and the 0. Or I can have what? 1 and then what? 10. So meaning I can have this or this. So meaning what? This one is a digit 11 and 0. This one is a digit 1 and what? 10. Please, are you getting that? In base 12, we don't just write like this one is 1 digit, another digit, this one 2 is another 1 digit for base 10. Please, are we getting that? But this one, if it is in base 11, the 11 is a digit and also the 10 is what? A digit. Please, are we getting that? So for you not to be confused with yourself, that is why they are using what? The T's and the E's to represent 11 and 10 in base what? 12. So instead of me to confuse myself with it, it can either be what? E what? 0. Or it can also be what? 1 what? T. So if it is E0 meaning 11 what? 0. Or what? 1 what? 10. It can be that. So whenever we see these symbols, we are not referring to base 10, but rather what? Base 12, and you see the 12 down. And there's one thing I forgot too. You see, as some people are writing, let's say 2, 4, 8, base 9, they write the 9 big, and sometimes their 9 looks, instead of it to be what a subscript, it looks like one of the numbers. So sometimes instead of you to write what? The base in words, we write it, the base in figures, we write it in what? Words. Like the 9, I can write N-I what? E. If it is base 2, sorry for that. If it is base 2, like 101 base 2, I can also write what? 101. Then I write the 2 in what? Words. Please, are we getting that? So that is that. So this 12 2, I can write what? 12 like this. In what? In words. So whenever I see this, we refer to it as, and that this 12 2 is what? Subscript. Like what I said in the first place. So the only difference between what? Base 10 and base 12 is that in base 12, you will see what? The symbols T and what is. We even have base 11, that one, the E is not inside, you only see what? T. Please, are we getting that? And the subscript tells you the base we are referring to. But if it is base 10, we don't have any subscripts. But other base 12 is part of the other bases. Please, are we getting that? Only base 10 is not having what? A base. We can even write it in a way that we can give it a base. But for the fact there's no base, I can write what? 23, and I can write the base 10. Yeah, it's normal. So if somebody writes 23 with the base 10, it doesn't mean the person is wrong. The person is correct. Please, are we getting that? But if you don't write it too, it's allowed. So that is that. So that is for what? Base 12 2. That is for base 12 2. You see what? The E's and the T's inside. Okay, let's see how to form them. I think you know them. So 0, you combine it with all the numbers, and I can have what? When I get to what? The 10 and the 11, I'll have what? 0 what? The next one, I'll have what? 0 what? E. So the next one now, I take what? Because I took 0, combined with it, all the numbers, but I didn't write what? The first ones. Only the last ones that I'm writing. So I'll have that. So this one means what? I have what? 0, 1, 0. For that. Base 12. But we don't write this. So whenever we see the 10 as a digit, we write what? 0 T. To tell that this 10 is what? A digit. But not what? 1 and 0 as 2 digits. Please, are we getting that? Okay. Let's proceed. Then I can form another one. I can go taking 1, 2, then that one to get to 1 what? T, 1 what? E. Are we getting that? I can have what? E what? Because I can get to this one or this one and combine it with any of them. So I can have E what? 3 T. I can also even have what? E what? Let's say 2 E what? E. So E, 2 E. They are all in base what? They are all in base 12. Please, are we getting that? So wherever we see what? Any of the digits being mixed with what? These ones, they are in what? Base 12. And that is that. Please, are we getting that? So in our next meeting, this is what we are going to be doing. We'll be looking at the basis of what? Number bases. Where are they coming from? What are we supposed to know and understand under number bases? All these things that we are referring to. What are we supposed to know behind that? Where is it coming from? That is what we are going to be looking at in our next meeting. So thank you for watching. Thank you for copying. Please make all the notes. So as you are watching the video and you don't understand something, please pause. Digest it small. You understand? You click on play. You continue. Are we getting that? Okay. See you next time. Bye bye. And please again, comment and share. Subscribe. You comment. You share to your friends. For your friends to also know what the mathematics concept that we are going to be doing here. This particular channel is for what? Learning to what? Understand. All those having difficulties in mathematics, this is your channel. Thank you very much. See you next time. Bye bye.